That's that's dope, man.
because
That's absolutely dope. And I want to continue with basketball, but I want to get to like your military career as well, like as far as like the timeline goes. But I definitely want to get back to this basketball because I want to talk about like your experience while you've been in the military as well. Um, so a lot of basketball, right? And that's a good stopping point because they kind of led up to actually playing in college. Um, but as far as you know, basketball leading into the military as well. Like what was like? I guess like what was your introduction to basketball in the military?
uh, I just you know how boot camp is. So you're not playing in boot camp. You know, you're not about to.
I don't know. It is the Navy. I know y'all have hoops and I be seeing y'all on TikTok. Stop it.
I didn't touch a ball in boot camp. Uh, got out of boot camp, went to my first duty state. Well, not it wasn't even a real duty station. You know, graduated boot camp, came home on leave for 2 weeks, and I was going to Virginia Beach, damn near,
Okay.
for school. And so, we're there at school, and I was playing ball there, and some of the pickup games there were pretty good. They were pretty decent pickup games because we had guys coming there from all over, you know,
Right.
playing playing basketball. And I mean, guys could play. And at the time, you got to remember, I'm 20 years old.
Right.
So I'm still young and still really learning the game.
Right.
So playing off straight up, really just playing off athleticism is what you could call it at 20 years old.
Right.
So, but had good games there. And I'll never forget, I was in Virginia. There was a guy I played with at Methodist who was from Virginia. So this was summertime. So I reached out to him. He's like, "Hey man, where do you guys play at? Around here in Virginia, that's not on base." So he, went to where they went to the park in Norfolk, balling. Me and my boy, he's probably about 6'5", 6'6". You know, me, him, and a couple of his buddies killing cats at this court outside. We were running the court for, I said, good 30 minutes until Joe Smith shows up. Now you know who I'm talking about when I say Joe Smith. Played for Maryland. Played with KG in Minnesota.
Sound. Wait, Joe. It sounds very familiar, Joe Smith.
Yeah, got
I'm pretty sure I know who that is.
the most basic name in the world, but yeah, he played for Maryland
Okay.
and he played in the NBA. Played for Golden State. He played for Minnesota. He played for the Timberwolves. He didn't have the greatest NBA career. He was a beast in college, like 6'9".
Mm.
Up and destroys us.
Like solo?
Pretty much by itself. Yeah, I mean, the dude was, oh man, like when you see somebody play in high school, play in college, you really don't know how good they are. Really, like you see these guys play on TV.
Yep.
You think to yourself like, I might be able to get him. We're about the same height. I could probably get him. You get on the court with them guys, it's ooh.
Hey, it's like Scalabrini when he did that tour,
Yeah.
and he was like where everybody thought that they could cook him, and he was just torching people.
This is the thing. Scalabrini said, "You know what? Yeah, LeBron will destroy me." He's like, "But I'm LeBron compared to you."
Yeah.
And that's the truth. So, like the guys who we call bums, you're not a bum if you made it to the NBA.
That's what I keep saying. Like, but there's always these people like, I don't know, this person, that. I was like, bro.
Now, I mean, sometimes you might catch a lucky break. Some people get better breaks than others.
Like who though? Because like let's look at, no offense to Luke Walton, right? most people think Luke Walton was a bum, and that he got put on the Lakers only because his dad was on in the NBA.
Luke Walton could play.
I've seen him play. That's the thing about it. That's why I was like, man, everybody thinks this dude's a bum. I think the thing about the NBA is the NBA is like, they almost tell you how many shots a game you can get. Nah, this person's got to get his shots. That person gets his shots, and then you get what's left over. I want you to do X, Y, and Z. I've seen him play.
When I was still in California, living in Oceanside, when I started coming back from my ankle injury,
right,
I had been started playing again, and played against Chase Budinger.
Okay.
So you remember who Chase is, right?
Yeah.
He was from Oceanside, from that area.
Right.
And we used to play at Calaveras.
Oh man, too many stories over there.
We came out to Calaveras one Sunday, and Chase, when you seen Chase in the NBA, you're like, man, that dude's a bum. Chase is a baller. Chase is he might not put up the numbers you wanted him to put up in the NBA, but Chase was a baller.
Right.
And I'm talking about hops out of this world. Hops out of this world. So, I mean, and I mean, you know too, because were you there when the Clippers used to come practice at Camp?
Yep. Baron Davis, what's his name? DeAndre Jordan was there.
Yeah, and this was a young DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, I didn't even realize who. I thought I didn't realize who it was. I remember seeing this big old dude, but like, there was no Lob City yet. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put it that way.
And it was a young Blake Griffin.
Was Blake there?
Blake was there 1 year. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes, yeah. Blake was still there 1 year, because I'll never forget it. Blake, DeAndre, and who was it?
Because Blake didn't get drafted till 2000.
The first time they came out there, yeah, Blake was there. Blake was
12?
Blake was a rookie. No, Blake got drafted way before 2012.
Bro, no, it's 2021 right now.
But
it might have been 2011. Hold on.
No, Blake got drafted.
It might have been 09 but it was somewhere around. It was between 09 and 12.
Blake got drafted in
2009. All right, so
yeah. So, but yeah, that year Blake was there.
That's crazy.
A rookie. But you don't remember, bro? It was like DeAndre and Blake. We were like, "Hey, can y'all take it easy on the rims? We got to use these."
I remember they were yakking them things, though.
Exactly, bro. I thought they were about to break. I thought they were going to break one of them. And it's like, oh man! And we had the nerve to say, "Hey, coach, let's scrimmage them." Do you know how bad we probably would have got beat?
I don't give a damn. I was ready to go out there and risk it all.
I was ready to play, but we probably would have got humiliated.
Well, remember we played against the Soul. Remember when they had Cedric Sabalas?
We played against a couple semi-pro teams.
I'm talking about at our house when Cedric Sabalas came over there, and I was like, man, I'm guarding him.
There.
I was clamping all that.
Man.
But he's strong though, bro. It looks like he's moving in slow motion, but like that dude stay getting on the free throw line.
We were playing an old Cedric Sabalas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this wasn't the high flying Cedric Sabalas. This was a 6'9", 260-pound, take you in the post Cedric.
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing. He was banging us in the post, and then he could still step out and shoot the ball, shoot it from 24 feet.
Yeah.
You know. And then they also had, I'll never forget, we played him, and we were playing, and I told, what's his name? Little light-skinned point guard, Owens.
Oh, yeah.
I told Owens, I said, don't let me get back picked, because I know what's coming. Don't let me get back
that lob.
Let me get back picked. And I turned, and I said, I ain't about to go towards the basket.
Yeah, I'm good.
From out of bounds. a lob from out of bounds, and I was like, I ain't even going towards the rim because you ain't about to get me posterized.
He said, "You ain't gonna get me put on a shirt, nah, fam."
Oh, I said, I told you not to let me get back pick,
bro. Those dudes used to be notorious for not calling picks out or saying it extremely quiet. They don't tell you what direction it's coming from, or telling you at the last second. I'm like, dog.
And you know who would make? Oh, see, nah, you don't. But I tell you, who used to make you pay for that.
Who?
E.
Oh yeah. Yo,
Oh.
E used to hit you with them hard picks, and that dude was like, he don't move.
Yes. And like, I'm not gonna lie, my last year or so when I started playing for Camp Pendleton, I used to try to lay people out too. Oh man, I used to try to get them.
Right.
I would do it at half court. The point guard would be coming up, and I would stand at half court, and I'd be like, "Bring him in, bring him here." And I got the little guard, the little short guard from Miramar,
right,
and put him on the ground with one.
They're about Payne?
Hmm?
They're about Payne or the other dude?
The little light skin, the little frail one.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I hit him with one. And I was like, hey, and you know me, at the time, I wasn't that big. I maybe close to 200 pounds. But when I would hit you with it, I would like lean into it with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I used to make it a point to torch Miramar, dog. And no offense to Miramar, y'all had some hoopers, but like, I don't know what it was, but like every time I play Miramar, bro, I'm having highlights.
Didn't want to lose to Miramar.
Dog.
And
it was, especially when coach finally decided to like let me loose. Dog, I was raining through. I remember one game, dog. I be giving love crap about this. I remember one time I came down, I had just hit my 8-3. I said, "Love, who's guarding me?" He's like, "Man," I was like, "That's number 8, bro. That's 8 threes." And I don't know if I even started that one. He's like, "Man, that's like 5." I was like, "Dog, you can go on film and you can add all of them up. Because I don't cap when it comes to that. That's number 8.
And Love was cool, and we used to just go at it during the games.
Bro, you ain't moving Love. That dude is solid for no reason.
And Love was dirty.
Hey,
Love running down the court side by
side. Yeah. That blind pick?
Oh, we want to pick. Me or Love are running down the court beside each other, and Love hauls off and hits me in the gut with an elbow. And I just look at the ref. And the ref seen that at the corner of his eye. He won't go call it until I went down on my knees. You know, I said, "Gotcha, Love." It really didn't hurt, but you know, we were running.
He had to sell it.
We were kind of like bowling each other, running down the court, and he just hauled off and said, "Bop."
Bro, this is back before referees didn't call nothing. Dog, these dudes used to get away with pushing people in the air. You getting slapped in the. They didn't give a damn about that.
But here's the thing, too. You got to remember though. Like when we played at Camp Pendleton and we knew all the refs.
Yeah.
Knew them all. So they were going to let us play.
Yeah. I like that though.
Yeah. The one ref, oh man, he used to have me crying. The real tall, black, bald-headed guy.
Yeah. The one that was like, no, that was a foul?
I would get the ball and I would make a move and I would go up and he would wait to see if I was going to make it before he would blow the whistle. If I made the shot, blow it. If I missed it, then he'd blow the whistle.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Why are you waiting?" He's like, "Look, man," especially during intramurals. He'd be like, "Hey, look, if you'd have made the shot, I wasn't going to call a foul." I'm like, "Look, if it's a foul, call it."
Yeah, I want both. I want my cake and eat it too, damn it.
Especially when we had some teams that just were destroyed, like beaten. That year it was that we all played together. Me, you, Gray.
Light skin Gray or Big Gray?
Big Gray. Didn't you play with Big Gray? Yeah,
I did, but I'm trying to think of which year are you talking about?
That was the year that that what's his name, coach?
Phil?
No.
E.
No. Oh gosh.
Are you talking about intramurals or are you talking about the season?
Intramural.
Well, I mean, okay. So here's the coaches that we had. We had Crawford, Phil, E.
Not intramurals.
No, no, no. I'm talking about regular like coaches that we had for the actual like varsity.
We had the only coaches we had then really were Coach Crawford and Phil.
Yeah. So who are you talking about? You talking about intramurals or you talking about the season?
Intramurals, not the season.
Oh, you're talking about what's his name? Master Guns.
When light skinned coach.
Yeah, he used to coach the females, right?
No. He oh man.
Light skin.
Name. I can't even think of his daggone name now.
You're not talking about
He played with us. Then he coached Miramar.
Oh, Seabass.
Seabass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why I like Seabass, man? Is because he's even across the board.
He is.
I'm sure he has his favorites, but like he ain't biased. You know what I'm saying? And I like playing with him on the court because he's unselfish. He's like, you know, not to hype him up and say he's as good as Jason Kidd, but his mentality was one of a Jason Kidd. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he'll let it fly, but he's trying to get everybody involved. You know,
and he knew the game.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about who he learned from. He learned from Coach Crawford. He learned from the coach at Miramar. So I mean, he learned from pretty decent coaches.
No, absolutely.
You know, like I said, I tell people, man, those are my fondest memories. Honestly, those were my best times playing basketball. Was playing in the military. I wouldn't trade that for playing high school, playing a year of college. None of it. And honestly, might have been some of the hardest competition.
Bro, do you remember that dude? I don't know if you were there or not, and I feel bad for saying this. I'm not like I'll never try to target anybody, especially on a platform, because that's like some punk stuff. But do you remember that dude? I think he was on Edwards. It was a light blue jersey, and he jumped over Gray. Were you there? Was it Nellis? That light-skinned black dude. When I say that dude bounce was ignorant.
No, it was not Nellis. I'm gonna tell you who it was. It was that Army team.
Are you sure? It was. I remember it being like a blue jersey, though.
Was it? Ooh, I know. Oh, okay. I know it's when you're talking about, because Coach used to tell us. You better box him out. When the ball comes off the rim, you better box him out.
No, it wasn't a rebound. That's the crazy part.
I could just jump.
Dog, he just came down the middle. He said one dribble. Gray tried to take a charge, and he just said, I was like.
Do you remember the first time we were in Vegas and we played that team, that Army team?
With that little short point guard with the pink shoes?
Dude. No.
No, that was Colorado, huh?
No. Here's what got me playing the Army team.
No, that was Texas.
When you from the Army base in Texas. You know how we say 1, 2, 3 defense, right?
And they had that old white dude, right? The one that would always flop.
What did they say?
I don't remember.
1, 2, 3 fast break. No, 1, 2, 3 track meet.
Okay.
And because they had the cat who used to try for the Spurs every year.
Was it the point guard?
No, they had he was about 6'6", dark skinned cat. Played in the post. He played all Air Force. He played all Army.
Okay.
Yeah, he played all Army, and the last time I seen him was, matter of fact, 2014, the same year I retired, when they had the tournament, the Armed Forces tournament.
Right.
And I went to a game, and he was there, and he was like, "Why ain't you playing?" I said, "I just retired." I said, "I ain't got to deal with you no more." No more, bro. I said, "You ain't gonna." I said, "You ain't seeing me no more on the court." But yeah, they told me they used to tell us that he tried out every year for the Spurs.
That's dope.
And was always one of the last ones cut. because he was like 6'6", and I mean he played in the post,
Right.
For the Army, but you could tell by the way he played that he was more of a 3.
Right.
But because he was 6'6", he played in the post playing with the Army.
Right.
He was nice. Dude was nice.
God, that's crazy. I remember that point guard they had from Texas. I still got a video of me like going up for like a shot and the dude like walking under me, like trying to take a charge, like the older white dude that would always, oh my God, he would fly. But they had this point guard that had these pink shoes. He was like 5'9".
But Colorado,
8, but his bounce was stupid.
Bruh.
Stupid.
Remember we were watching Colorado play? Those semi-pro team from Colorado?
Oh, yeah.
And so we watching one game, and this guy is just giving buckets. I mean, he dropped probably 30 in the first half. We watched the next game they played, and he don't even get on the court. Like they had a squad full of anybody could give you 30 at any given moment.
That's crazy. I remember some of them teams like that though.
The only one who wasn't gonna give you 30 was the big dude with the afro.
I think I know who you're talking about. God, that was so long ago.
He was the only one who won't give you. He might have gave you 30, but that wasn't his job.
Right.
When we played him, coach said, look, here's the rules. Whenever he's on the court, he's like, he's like, look, when he come out the game, you coming out the game. Don't even look at me. If you see him get up and go to the scorer's table to go back in the game, just get up and go back in the game. Like our last year there, when I was like the only big man we had, the only guy over 6. And he was like 6'6" and strong as an ox.
Wait, when was this? What year? This 14?
Yeah, this was 13, 14.
Okay, I was playing the 3 at that point.
Yeah, the last year in Vegas. And coach, remember that tournament? Coach said, I do not care what happens. Don't help. Don't leave him.
Yeah.
It was a pick. And I stepped up and they dropped it to him and he dunked. And coach said, I thought I told you I don't care. Don't leave him. I'm like, coach, this is my natural instinct. Like, if I see the pick and the point guard is coming in the post, that I'm going to leave my man and step up. I'm expecting somebody to roll to my man.
Right.
But nobody rolled, and then he just got a backdoor dunk. Coach is like, don't leave him.
Bro, that's what's one of the hardest things about play. Like, I love coach, but like sometimes it's like, it's really hard because you try to explain, because I play basketball based off of common sense. Yeah. You know, like what is supposed to be and what is not. Like for instance, if me and you are playing, we understand what has to happen, and me and you probably communicate better than most 2-man duos.
All right, and here's the thing. So, say you're on the wing, you're playing 3.
Yep. And
the guy your guard gets by you, and he's going to the hole.
I'm playing defense. Okay.
Yeah. So if I step up,
I'm going to your man.
Yeah, you're gonna roll to my man.
Yep.
Right. So we know this, but a lot of people at the time don't understand that. Like, look, if I roll to your man, if I step up and get to your man, you have to keep going to mine, because I'm not just gonna let your guy drive. I'm just not gonna stay on my guy and let your guy drive and get an open layup. No, I'm gonna step up. So if I step up, I need you to roll down. You know, common sense. But like I said, it's a lot of, and that was from us playing together for so long. We knew this. But then when we got new guys coming in the game, it's like, dude, if I do this, that's what you have to roll and cover my back. If I got yours, you got to get mine.
Bro, but see, the other thing is this: me and you had a vested interest in both of us doing well. There was no, well, I got to get mine. Me and you never had that. Like, no. It's very unselfish basketball. And then when I became a shooter, you were one of my biggest assist people.
And you know why I didn't care about getting mine?
Why?
Dude, I had got mine for so many years playing elsewhere and not winning.
Right.
You know, like playing before I joined Camp Pendleton, playing for, and this was way back. This was in the 90s.
Okay.
When, late 90s, when before I even got to Camp Pendleton, when 32nd Street had a team, when Oma had a team, every base had a team. And
that's facts.
And we were in a league. So we're all in the league. 32nd Street, Coronado, Point Loma, Miramar, NCRD, Camp. It was a South. I think it was called South Pack or something.
Okay.
But it was a league, so we all played each other. So I played for Point Loma.
Okay.
Like you said, I got mine, but we weren't winning. And this is when I first met Boat, because Boat at the time was playing for NCRD.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And that's when I hurt my ankle. But I was playing. I was getting mine. Like I said, I was getting 30 a night.
Right.
But we weren't winning. So when I get to a team that's winning, I'll sacrifice me getting mine to win. I don't need to get mine. If I want to get mine, guess what? I can go play intramurals.
Right. That's fact.
If I get mine, I can go to a sorry team of intramurals and play for them and get mine. Like, I even sacrificed getting mine when I was playing ACU5 and played that first year with Nate and AI and Phil Thomas Jr. I played, and what did we do? We went undefeated that year. Beat everybody by 30. But was I averaging 20? No. I wasn't. I didn't care about averaging 20.
That's because it's about knowing your personnel. Like, if I know I'm playing with somebody that wants to score, cool. I'll pass. I want to make the right play anyway. I don't need to score. It's cool.
Mm-mm. And Coach asked me when I first joined the base team, when I was TAD, he asked me, he's like, "What do you see yourself bringing to this team?" And I said, "Well, Coach, everybody on the team can score, so there's no need for me to be a scorer." I'm like, I look out there who's playing. I'm like, anybody on this team can do 25, 30 a night. I was like, well, how many people want to rebound the ball and play defense? Not a lot, not everybody. I don't have to score.
I was right there with you.
I'll just rebound the ball and play defense. I don't have to score. And it was just the fact of, like I said, and plus I called myself old at the time when I was really only 30 something.
Right.
I was calling myself old. But I was older than Nate. I was older than a lot of guys on the team, except for maybe me, Shannon, and E.
Yeah.
So we were the three oldest at the time, and then E quit playing because he had the bad knee.
Yeah.
So it was me and Boat. I mean, hey, come on, man. Me and Boat were like the granddaddies of that team, man. And then Boat left, and I'm by myself.
Bro, for those people that don't know, E is nice. Like nice. There's no that dude's shot is nasty.
E only needed to be 6 feet, and it would have been game over.
Yeah, if he gets his shot, if his shot releases, that's like Master Guns when he shot that.
Bruh, I will tell people people ask me all the time, who is the best shooter I've ever seen, I've ever played with, and to this day, I'll tell them. And a lot of people, you have to be an old head to know who this guy is.
Right.
Shannon used to know. Shannon knew who he was. E knew who he was because these cats are old. Coach knew who he was. Now, do you remember the coach from 32nd Street? Little short kind of chubby guy. Magic.
Vaguely.
Man, let me tell you something. Magic had the sweetest shot I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
I could shoot it from half court with form, like it was nothing. But he's older than me, and it got to the point where like Magic stopped playing full court basketball. Magic would only play half court,
Right.
but had the pure. I'm talking about a 25-foot turnaround jumper, nothing but water, just wet, nasty with it, and like I said, I played with Magic, playing half court.
That name sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I played it. I know I played against him.
32nd Street, like I said, naval legend, 32nd Street legend. And so the first year I played for coaching Camp Pendleton in 2004, I want to say. First year I played for him, we played 32nd Street. And Magic was the coach. Coach wasn't there. Phil was coaching.
Okay.
And so Magic walks in the gym with his team. And I hadn't seen Magic in a while. He was like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I said, man, I'm playing with the Marines. And I was like, dude. They was like, who's that? I said, man, that's the coach for 32nd Street. You better be glad he ain't suiting up. They was like, man, whatever. I said, oh, y'all don't know. We played them. Coach was there. I said, Coach, tell them cats about Magic. I said, oh, Coach said, don't none of y'all want to play. Y'all don't want to. He said to this day, he's like, right now, none of y'all want to shoot against them.
Yeah.
Coach said he will shoot your eyes out. I'm talking about, dude was nice. I mean, had a basketball IQ, had nice handles, could shoot. The only thing that kept him, I want to say, from playing professionally, he was about 5'8", 5'9".
Right.
If the dude would have been 6'1", he'd have been in the league. I'm talking about Steph Curry jumper. That's how wet it was, bro.
Damn.
Crazy with it.
See, stuff like this makes me want to get back, because like I can still shoot, but from when I saw you back in 2014, like I don't think that was my prime shooting, but it was around some prime shooting. I got like a little bit better in Iwakuni again, but
I'm gonna tell you right now, 2014, if there's anybody on that team I wanted to, if I had to pick anybody on that team to take the last second shot, it was either you or Nate. And I lie to you not. If anybody's gonna take that last second shot, and you know for a fact that last tournament,
I got that recorded, by the way.
I got the ball in the post. That last tournament, I got the ball in the post. And when I turned to go to the middle, I looked at the corner of my eye, and you were standing at the top of the key by yourself. And I said, I tell you right now, I got a 2-foot turnaround jumper. But I guarantee you, Chris will knock down this 3. And I turned and I kicked it back out all the way to the top of the key and let you hit it.
But you set that pick first, though. You threw the ball. You set that pick.
I set the pick and I rolled to the basket, and that's when I got the ball. Because Coach drew up the play. Coach said, take the ball and say, Jack, set the pick, roll to the basket. We going to you in the post. Because we only needed 1 to win.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't trying to hear none of that. None.
But he also told me, he was like, if the help comes, find the open man. And it just so happened you were the one open. I don't know if help came or not. All I know is you were wide open. I looked at the top of the key at the corner of my eye. I said, Chris is wide open. And I guarantee you, Chris ain't going to miss this shot.
Nope.
And so when I kicked it to you, and once you let it go, and I looked at it, I looked at the rim, I looked at the ball, and I just turned around and was headed toward the other end.
I want to, because I have it recorded, and I want to show, like when I get it edited, I want to show where I was at, because my toes were not on the 3-point line. I was like behind that motherfucker, and even coach was like, I'm not gonna lie, like there was somebody said that was luck or something like that, and then
Bro,
coach said, what's his name said something. I was like, but
you can just tell when you see the way the ball, you can tell if the ball's going in.
Right.
The ball, and I looked at the rim. I said, "Oh, that's money."
Yeah.
Going towards the other end.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When I say time slowed down, you know, on the Fresh Prince when Carlton shot it, it was like,
and then everything slowed down.
I swear to God, that's what it seemed like. I felt like I was like frozen in time. It was so weird, man. Because I've done that one time when I went up for a dunk. It went off the backboard. I forgot who tossed it up, and I remember jumping as high as I can. I remember looking in the rim,
bro.
Boom, and like, oh my God.
Slowed down for the both of us because it was the end of the game.
Yeah.
And once I got it, like I said, it seemed like everything stopped because I got it, was going to the middle the way I always do.
Yeah.
The guy who was guarding me, I had been cooking him the whole time. Knew I could take it.
Right.
But at the same time, I think it was the fact that you were wide open. You had been hot all game. And I don't think I wanted the pressure on me if I missed it.
Come on, Jack.
I don't think I really wanted that on me if I would have missed it.
You know you're on camera saying this, right? Come on now.
Honestly, bro, I don't think I wanted it. It's like, look, I'm 90% sure I could have made that shot. But if that 10%, if I'd have missed it and we'd have lost that game, dude, like I said, I knew that was my last tournament. I knew it was. I knew I was about to retire in a couple of months anyway. So I knew that was my last tournament. And even though we didn't win that tournament, we came in second because Miramar.
We were supposed to win.
Miramar cheated.
I forgot what happened, but I just remember we were supposed to win because that last game, I hit 2 threes to tie and then one to take us to overtime. And I was like,
what happened? Miramar had not won a game that whole season, but everybody plays in the tournament.
Right.
Now, for some reason, I don't know why. I don't understand why Miramar is allowed to do this when Camp Pendleton is. But they're allowed to have 2 civilians play for them. Because the tall guy, the tall, skinny cat who was playing for Miramar was not in the military. Isn't in the military.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so. I don't think he's that good though. But
not, I mean, he's not that good. He's athletic.
Yeah.
And so he's not in the military.
Right. And
like I said, when we got that tournament, the other guy they had playing with him, he played for San Diego semi-pro team.
I remember that.
The dude shows up with braids in his head. Like, dude, you got braids in your head. Where you come from?
What we doing?
Where you come from? And he was getting 30, 35 a game.
I remember that.
Yeah, he was killing cats. And
that was the same dude that we played against at that weird gym, right?
We had to beat Miramar twice. They beat us the first game, and we had to play them again. And I never forget, we were about to play them again, and coach was like, I had twisted my ankle or something.
Right.
I had twisted my ankle the first game, so we took like a 20, 30-minute break before we played the second game. And coach looked at me and said, I'm going to start somebody else coach was talking about starting. I looked at him, I said, why are you going to do something like that? And he was like, well, hey, you're limping. I said, coach, this might be my last game.
Yeah.
I said, ain't no way I'm about to let somebody else start this game.
Yeah, I don't care about none of that.
Look here. Then I looked at him, I said, coach, I said, me at 75% is better than this cat at 100% anyway. And coach said, yeah, you're right. He said, get in there. And like I said, I knew it was the last game. I knew it was gonna be my last game. I wanted us to win, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, how many tournaments did we win? Period.
Dog. This is what I try to explain. You know, it's funny because, you know, I never really, I don't want to say pride myself. I never really like tried to brand myself as a scorer, but I was like, a lot of people know me from before I was able to shoot. Oh, I use the 4 and the 5, but I was explaining to some people that play in the team now. I was like, bro, like there was a point in time, like especially when I had this period, that last period before I went to Japan, I was averaging 30 plus a game, like easily 30 plus a game.
That when I tell them from 04 all the way up to 20, from 2004 to 2014, Camp Pendleton was the winningest military basketball team on the West Coast.
Dog.
10-year span. In that 10 years,
hey, we were stacked.
In that 10 years span, I want to say we may have lost tournament-wise. We may have lost 3 tournaments.
Yeah, like 3, 5.
They have lost.
Like
3. We didn't lose a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now. We lost the very last one. We lost. Now this is just against strictly military. I ain't
right.
Not talking about the tournaments in Vegas when we got 2 semi-pro teams in there with us.
No, do you remember when the University of Korea, was it University of Korea?
Yes.
Remember when Nate hit that deep 3 to tie it? We was getting drugged all game. Let me tell you right now, I don't care what nobody said. That's the best team we ever played, like ever.
It's crazy. Nate hit it to tie, and I forgot what happened, but
what they said was they asked us, "Hey, do you want to?" Because it was supposed to go overtime.
They don't play overtime.
Yeah, they asked us if we wanted to do it, and we were like, "Nah, that's it."
But nobody else had came close to beating them.
Never.
They had beat everybody else.
Dog, they're fast. Oh my God, the way they ran fast breaks was crazy. They were so disciplined.
They were disciplined.
Remember at the end when everybody was at parade rest with their heads down?
Yeah. Coach, if that coach is talking, you are listening. Discipline. But bro,
those dudes were nasty.
We lost the very last tournament. We lost the military tournament in Camp Pendleton when I broke my leg. I mean, not Camp Pendleton, in Vegas when I broke my leg, and that fight broke out.
Bro, we lost to Miramar. It was
we lost
who's that other big white dude that we had on our team? What's that?
We lost to MCRD in that tournament.
Ain't no way we lost to MC. I don't remember that.
We lost.
You know what I'm talking about? It was.
I don't know.
It was a tournament.
That was it. That was the year Coach made us walk.
Not that one. Not that one.
We weren't staying off the base across the street. No, where we were staying on the base that year.
That was before me.
Yeah, that was before you. Coach made it. That's the year we lost. Coach made us walk from the gym back to where we were staying on base. Oh,
couldn't have been me.
It was bad. Coach had us walking in the hot sun, and Palmer had just flew in, so Palmer had his suitcase. Palmer came straight from the airport to the gym, had his suitcase. Palmer was pulling his suitcase. Yes, luckily his suitcase had wheels. Palmer was.
Oh boy.
People were rolling by us, rolling down the windows like, "Hey man, y'all want to lift?" We was like, "Man, if y'all don't just keep it moving."
Yeah, you gonna get us in trouble.
Coach, bro, he lit into us. And then the next game, I broke my leg.
Dog, do you remember when he threw a chair at somebody? I forgot who he threw a chair at. That dude picked up the chair. It was in the game. Picked it up and threw it. I was like, "Yo, you just throwing chairs now?"
Oh, he would pick up his chair and he would slam it on the floor hard.
Oh, I remember that.
Hard.
Yeah.
Bro, it used to get to the point like when he would do that, I'd be like, okay, y'all scoot down. Because it would always be remember how the seating order would go. It would be Coach Phil, Chris Jr., and then I'd be right beside Chris Jr.
Yeah, we would always be like trying to squeeze in next to Coach.
I was gonna be sitting there right there anyway because a lot of times, like Mike Ward would tell you, Mike Ward would be like, man, how do you want a team? But a lot of times, you don't even want to play. Like, start the game, play for a while. We get up by 20. I come out the game and I don't even want to go back in the game. Coach be like,
Yeah.
Like, all right, Coach, we got cats down there that ain't played yet. Mike,
Yeah.
Why don't you want to go? I said, bro, we up by 20. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why go back in the game if we up 20? Now, there was times when, we up 20, 25, and we sitting on the end of the bench. Me, Nate,
Snake probably.
Boat, Snake, Mike Ward. We sitting over there, and you were gone. But we sitting at the end of the bench. Man, me and Boat done pulled off our knee braces.
I remember that stuff, man. I was like, these dudes done took everything off. I remember one time y'all did that and had to go back in.
Yes, had to go back in the game. Me and Boat going back in the game. We trying to pull knee braces up, walking into the because we was up by like 20, and next thing we know, they cut it to like 7.
Yeah.
And we was like, oh, we can't even give y'all boys. We was like, we couldn't even give them 5 minutes. Because we was sitting on the bench, up by 20. We just knew, okay, we ain't about to go back in the game.
Yeah.
But we watching the game. Like I said, we hit pulled off knee braces, untied shoes off. And okay, cut it to 15. All right, we still got this. Cut it to 10. Oh man, where are my shoes? They cut it to 10. We put the shoes back on. We ain't tie them up. We just put them back on. Hey, they cut it to about 7. Coach said, get back in. So next thing we know, we at the scores table trying to tie up our shoes. Because we didn't have
who was that? It was Rookie. I don't know. Remember that dude I used to call Rookie and everybody started calling Rookie? That dude, he got pulled in, but his shoes were untied. He was trying to tie his shoes and Coach like yanked him and threw him over there.
Yeah. Because he didn't think we were going to play.
That had me weak. He's over there trying to tie his shoes. Coach like, get in the game. God damn.
I cannot think of this little dude's name. I don't even know if you were there. We were in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
This little short white guy. He was supposed to be a shooter because Coach picked him up, seen him play in the intramurals, told him to come out. I can't think of his name. He didn't play long, but it was his first time in Vegas, and he had stayed out all night. And and we were up big, and Coach put him in the game, and he wouldn't shoot. So finally, Coach called a timeout and was like, "Hey, you in the game to shoot." And so the little dude looked at Nate. He's like, "Man, I forgot to put my contacts in. I can't see nothing." So Nate threw him the ball in the corner, man, and he shot the ball behind the backboard. Dying laughing. We said, "Hey, don't shoot no more." We had to tell Coach he ain't got his contacts. He can't see because he was wide open and shot the ball behind the backboard.
Bro, I would have been dying.
Bro, he was already hungover. It was his first time in Vegas. He was like 21 years old, first time in Vegas.
Yeah.
All night, drunk, forgot to put his contacts in, and Coach put him in the game. And were you there when the lieutenant played with us?
Which one? Black dude?
White lieutenant. Coach would see these guys playing intramurals. Coach would see these guys playing the intramurals and tell them to come to practice.
Are you okay? Are you talking about the chaplain or the
All I know is he was a lieutenant. a little short lieutenant.
Oh, never mind. Oh no, he was a
Guard.
captain.
He was a guard, and he played.
Are you talking about Rhodes or Radel? Captain Radel?
That might have been him.
He played with on Radio Battalion with me, Palmer, and him.
Yeah, and he came out there, and we was telling him, we was like, Coach, okay, he's good at intramurals, but that don't mean he about to come out here. We was like, this is a whole different level.
Yeah.
And a lot of those cats, they come out there, and they might last a month.
Yeah.
They would last maybe a month, and then you wouldn't see them no more.
That's how it should be, though.
Because they knew, like, okay, this is a totally different level. Because when they played us, like, they be playing against us in intramurals, and think about this. How many games did you play at 100% during intramurals?
I was like, I want to get a dunk, and I want to just let it fly. There was very few games that it was usually a blowout.
Because for me, playing intramurals was just a way to get my rhythm, get my wind, and just run up and down the court.
Yeah.
Now, when we made it to the championship game, wow. But if it wasn't a championship game, I'm not going all out for intramurals.
Right.
So yeah, you guys are playing against us during intramurals when we're not going 100%.
Right.
We're gonna let you, okay, you put up 15, 20 points on us. But we don't care about y'all.
Right.
By 30. Especially that first year when it was, when I played with it was me, Nate. Oh man, before Deshaun Fields got kicked out.
Right.
AI, Nate, AI, Deshaun Fields, Thomas Jr., Harry. Remember Ford?
Yeah, Quick.
No, not that Ford, the other Ford. Not Quick. It was another guy on the team named Ford. On our intramural team named Ford.
Sounds familiar.
But
I bet if I saw him, I know who it was.
Intramural team. Now, you know yourself, Harry got good, right? He started.
Yeah.
On our intramural team, he barely got off the bench.
That's
how good. Look who we had. Come on, bro. We played an intramural game. I forgot who we played against. But Nate told me at the beginning of the game, he's like, hey, I ain't gonna score this entire game. I said, what? Nate said, I'm not gonna score this entire game. And he did not. Nate said, I'm not even gonna try to shoot. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, all I'm gonna do is throw the ball in the post. He's like, I want you and Thomas Jr. to go for 30 apiece.
I like that.
And
yeah, when he was in that mode, yeah.
In that game, Nate came down and Nate did not shoot the first half. And we told him the second halftime, it was me and Thomas Jr. We was like, look, bro, you're killing us. You're killing us. I said, you better start shooting this ball. Like, we went down there one time. Nate threw it to me. I caught it. I threw it back. Nate threw it back in the post. I threw it back again. I said, I told you, Nate, I'm tired.
Oh my gosh, man.
Bro, I said, I'm too tired to even make a move, bro.
Right.
Like, because you gotta, you played before.
Yeah.
You know, when you catch it in the post, you gotta make a move. It's not like the wing where you can catch and shoot. You gotta catch it, or you at least gotta go with a turnaround jumper, or you gotta make some kind of move in the post.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, to make a move. Like I didn't feel like drop stepping. I didn't feel like trying to spin baseline. I didn't feel like trying to go to the middle. I was tired.
Right.
I don't want to do nothing. Take the ball.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of especially since I've known you, I know you can come up with a lot of things that you've done before, and I know there's pretty much not really after me because me and you played that was my last tournament before going to Japan. But if you had to pick one moment or one tournament that was your stood out the most to you, what would it be?
Oh man,
It's hard, huh?
It's hard because there were so many moments, and the crazy part is there are moments with different people because you know how the team changed.
Right, absolutely.
Like how the team would always change with somebody leaving, somebody coming back. So it was always different people on the team.
Right.
So, I mean, I've had moments when I had fun with playing with Boat, playing with you, playing with Nate, playing with Mike Ward. You know, so it was always, you got moments with different players you played with. Adebayo, not Adebayo, what's his name?
Ray Adiyamo.
Ray.
No, do you remember that tournament when he was dunking on? Oh my god! I remember he yacked one so bad, dog. I just.
No, wait a minute. Were you at the tournament in Edwards when Slim caught that dunk?
Oh yeah. Yep.
All was sitting on the bench and ran out the gym trying to get a tech. The whole bench got up and ran out because we knew
we was waiting on it.
Yeah, we knew he could dunk, but we just never thought he was gonna get one in the game.
Yeah.
When he dunked that in the game and we all got up and ran out the gym, bruh, that moment and the one when Mike Ward went baseline and he said he jumped and right before he got a dunk on the dude, he said, "My president is black." So he said, "Obama's my president," and dunked on him. Oh man, it's ridiculously funny. And
that's crazy. Yeah, that was some good times, man.
The one Ray caught off the rim at home when he caught it down by his ankle.
I think that was that intramurals?
No, what's that? I don't think that was intramurals.
Cause the reason why I'm saying that because there was a game where I think Ray got a dunk, and I said, "Bet." And me and Ray were on the same team on intramurals, and that same game, I forgot who the point guard was, but I remember he was going out of bounds, lost it, threw it over the backboard while he was on the other side of the backboard, threw it over, and I came out of nowhere and said, boom, and I just hung on the rim and everybody went nuts. It was crazy.
Ray caught off the rim, and I don't know how he caught it because it bounced. And for one, Ray had extremely long arms. Ray could
stupid long, Pippin arms.
Ray could scratch his knees standing straight up. And he caught it down by like his ankle.
Yeah.
Brought it back, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I mean, bruh, like I said, it was just times with everybody. Like, I had one at Miramar. We were playing at Miramar, and it's the craziest thing. Deshaun Fields had just came back from playing all armed forces.
Right.
You know, he had just came back like that day or a day before and came
right.
And the coach put him in. And from playing with Deshaun through intramurals, I knew like he ain't got to be looking at you to give you the ball.
Yeah.
And so I seen him gave him the little head shake, gave him the little fake crossover, come to the hole. He looked to his left and bounced past it to me right there to the right. And I'm coming like right outside the block. I see him coming. So I like take the step, and as soon as I took the step, the ball came and I caught it. And when I went up and put it behind my back and dunked it.
Oh, you back scratched it? Oh!
Yeah. I'll never forget. They called a timeout. I went to the bench and Boat almost knocked me over because he was like, where did that come from? I was like, dude, it was just everything. I was like, I caught it.
Aligned perfect.
I said, I caught it in sync. Everything. I didn't have to do nothing. I caught it and it was just like, I was ready to go straight up as soon as I touched it. And it was a perfect play. And he was, bruh, he chest bumped me when I was coming off the court. I was like, man, if you don't stop. But it was Oh man, we had fun everywhere, bro. I mean, like I said, and then a time that was fun that wasn't fun. But when you look back on it, you can laugh. In Vegas with a broke leg and we get into a bar fight. And that's the time, so every time we used to go to Vegas, coaches would be like, y'all can't go over there. And
hey, listen, what happens in Vegas, I'm just saying, because our Vegas trips be lit.
Bruh, we went to Vegas, and this was the same year I broke my leg, right?
Yeah.
So, and we was in Vegas for like 3 days. We was in Vegas. It was a holiday weekend, so we was in Vegas an extra day.
Okay.
So the last day, well, the night prior to the last day,
right?
They were supposed to be having like a little party type deal at this bar for all the teams who had the tournament. So we get there, and when we get there, nobody is there. Nobody is there. Like, so we walk in, there's nobody at the front door checking IDs or nothing. You just open the door and walk in.
Yeah.
Ain't no security, ain't no nothing. So we in there chilling, we drinking, and then next thing I know, it's jam packed.
Yeah.
And some local was drunk, high, and everything, out of his mind, was trying to dance with Natalie.
Okay.
He didn't want to dance with him, and this is the time when she was dating somebody else.
Yeah.
And they got into it. Next thing you know, is pool balls being thrown. It's people getting hit with pool sticks. People getting stabbed. We had to leave one of the girls on the team in Vegas because she got stabbed coming out. Like, I don't know where they came from, but two guys from Miramar. No, two of the guys that were from NCRD scooped me up from up under each arm and started taking me out the club because at this time I had a broke leg.
Yeah.
They know it was broke, but they grabbed me and I'm like, where y'all come from? And we're going out the door of the little bar club. And as we're going out, it went in slow motion. I said, hey man, look. Dude is standing by the door with a hunting knife like this long, trying to stab people as they run out the door. And so when we get outside, me and Owens are outside. Next thing you know, gunshots. Quick dives and rolls up under the van. Up under the van. Me and Owens take off down the street, walking barely. We get the girl who got stabbed into the van because our girls were on the way there. We stopped.
Yeah.
Turn around. They turned around. Owens and old girl get in the van. I'm left outside the van by myself. So now I got to walk back to where I just came from. As I'm walking back, the police are rolling up. And I'm like, oh my God, the police, they put the light from the car, shine the light on me and tell me to stop, freeze. And I'm standing there. Next thing I know, I see an SUV start driving real, real slow. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to die. The door of the SUV opens up. It's Bo. He's in the SUV with two guys from MCRD. He opens the door and is like, Jack, get in. I run, half limp, dive into the backseat of the SUV.
Oh, you stupid.
I dive into it. He had the door open. I dive into the SUV. And we take off back to base. And me and Shannon got to go tell coach. We got to call coach at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning and tell coach what's going on. So how about the next morning? Like, we done told coach that night what went down. Like, look, it was a big fight. You know, we don't know how many guys got arrested.
Right.
The police showed up, yellow taped it off. I said, we don't know who made it away and who didn't.
Right.
So the next morning, coach calls my room, wakes me up, and was like, "Hey, I'm at the gym. Where are you guys at?" I'm like, "Coach, we told you what happened last night." He was like, "I don't care what happened last night. We came down here to play a basketball tournament. We got a game. Get everybody to the gym." So I'm walking through the hall, banging on everybody's door. "Hey, get your stuff, get to the gym. Get your stuff, get to the gym." We hadn't checked out the hotel. Coach said, "Look, you check everybody out because I couldn't play because I had already
right.
Coach said, "You check everybody out the hotel. I'll send somebody back to come pick you up." So they all took off in the vans, went to the gym. Somebody came back and picked me up after I checked everybody out. Get there, Franco got a big knot on his head because he done got hit in the head with a he done got hit in the head with a cue ball. Oh, it was crazy, bro. Like looking back on it now, we can laugh. I mean, I can back on it, but to think that one of the girls on the team got stabbed there.
Yeah.
Got stabbed in that incident. Her family had to fly out from wherever they were from because we left her.
Yeah.
Like we were leaving that next day. She's in the hospital. We're in the vans, girls team, guys team, leaving Vegas. We make a stop by the hospital to go see her. We're going into the hospital, right? I'm barely walking. I get in a wheelchair. They pushing me in a wheelchair.
Yo, that's funny as hell.
Me in the wheelchair took like through the hospital.
You took the victim route, huh? I see you.
In a wheelchair through the hospital to her room, and like the whole time, I didn't know that my leg was broke. Coach didn't know, nobody, because I got hurt there and I didn't go to the doctor there.
Right.
So we don't find out until we get back. So we get back to Camp Pendleton. It's late. It's like midnight, maybe after. Right.
Right.
And coach tells me, he was like, "Hey, go to the hospital now." He's like, "Don't go home. Go to the hospital. Get your leg looked at." He's like, "I don't care what time you leave. Call me and let me know what they say." So I go there. They X-ray it. Tell me, "Hey, yeah, you broke your leg." I'm like, "Well, ain't this something?" So I call coach. Wake coach up. I say, "Hey, coach." He's like, "Who this?" I say, "It's Jack." He's like, "Oh, Jack, how you doing?" I said, "It's broke." He said, "Huh?" I said, "Coach, my leg is broke." He was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. My bad, Jack." Because coach had cussed me out.
Clean out.
Bruh. Because it happened during the game. I tried to take Franco was driving the hole and the dude tried to take a charge. Big guy. And so I'm standing there like waiting for Franco if he wants to drop it off to me in the post. So when the dude tried to take a charge, he like fell back on my leg and caught my leg. So I couldn't pull my leg out from up under him, and he fell back on it. That's what broke my leg.
Right.
Happened. You know how coach is. You can't lay on the floor and be hurt. Because what is he going to say? Roll him off the floor. Right?
Yeah. Get his ass off the floor.
Coach does not allow people to be hurt. So when it happened, I knew something was wrong. So I had to get up and run to the bench. And coach is like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Coach, my leg, something is going on." And that I didn't know if it was my knee or my leg, because from my knee down hurt. I didn't know what it was. And so I'm just sitting over there. I'm in pain. I'm talking about from my knee all the way down to my foot is, you know how you get hurt?
Yeah, yep.
That heartbeat. You got that heartbeat in wherever
that's
it's hurt.
Robin.
That dum, dum. And so I'm sitting on the end of the bench, and it's just hurting so bad. I'm just pouring sweat. I'm burning up. It's hurting so bad. I finally go lay behind the bench on the bags, like with our like the other uniforms and stuff in it. I go and lay behind the bench on the bag. Something happens. call a timeout. Coach calls a timeout, and he is cussing the team out, and I'm still laying down behind the bench.
Oh man!
And at the end of the cussing out, right, that he's like everybody, he's like, and somebody get this motherfucker ambulance.
Yo, it's crazy because I feel like we can do an entire session on coach's response and things like how he reacted, and that might be for like another time because I know we've gone like by 2.5 hours, but
yeah, man. Matter of fact,
there's so much content to go through with like the things that we've experienced that we've both been on the same team, the road trips, the goods, the bads, and all that stuff, man. And it's good to be able to even have this type of conversation with you.
Oh man, you know what? I tell people all the time, and they don't like. I tell them, I said some of the closest friendships I have are with people I knew from the military. I said it's crazy because we might not talk for years,
right?
But as soon as we start talking, it's like we just left off from yesterday. Because me and you haven't seen each other since 2014.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And here it is, 2021, almost 2022, and we're picking back up talking like we just seen each other yesterday.
Like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened, bro. It's like, and that's how it is. Just I've had conversations with Seabass where like me and Seabass, like we're on Facebook talking about something about sports, and then we start. I'm like, okay, let's get this offline, and we'll talk. I'll call and pick right back up. Like me and him been talking. Like we see each other every day.
Right.
I'm like, because I tell them, I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like these cats, like you, Nate, Mike Ward, all Seabass, all you guys, man, are like my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because
Thanks.
I look at it. I know for a fact they always say how the Marine Corps is the brotherhood.
Yep.
But I wasn't in the Marine Corps. You know what I'm saying? I was in the Navy, but the way you guys, because we played together and we got so close, took me in and into that brotherhood. Phil, Coach Phil used to joke with me all the time. He used to tell me, hey, like he would text me on the Marine Corps' birthday and be like, hey, happy birthday, Marine. And you too. And he would say, and you too, Jack. Because he would always, like when the Marine Corps birthday, because the Marine Corps birthday is what, November the
10th.
And my actual birthday is November the 11th.
Right.
So he would always text me on the Marine Corps, like the day of the Marine Corps birthday, and be like, and you too, Jack.
Right.
Like, everybody just looked at me like, yeah, that's Jack. He in the Navy, but he a Marine. It was crazy,
It was all the same to me, man. We were all just, no matter how much we hate each other during practice, was definitely something else. And honestly, I'm gonna write down some notes so we can do this on like the next interview. But
yeah, we gotta
practice is a whole nother scenario.
Practice, a lot of times practice was harder than the game.
Oh, absolutely, most of the time.
Because we would go at it, and not only would we go at it, but we love to go at it and talk.
Oh, absolutely. See, Jack, you're about to get us started on this new session.
How we used to go at each other, right? You know how everybody would go at each other.
Absolutely.
You split the teams up, and we going, and somebody gets somebody a bucket. Oh, and it's the whole practice. We going at it.
Yeah.
It's like if you didn't know any better, you would think we ready to come to blows.
Oh, absolutely.
But what are we doing when practice is over? When we're done, dapping each other up. Like, what you doing tonight? Where we going?
And that's how it should be.
Yeah, because but that brought the best out of us.
Right.
I mean, the way we practiced, the way we went at each other, it brought the best out of all of us. It made
absolutely.
It made all of us better basketball players.
No, absolutely, man. And like I said, man, I definitely got a few other ideas of like how I want to do like, you know, some future shows. I'll definitely put in like some of the key points like practice and some of the road like specific road trips. And you know, I want to get a couple other people on here to do like a little panel for as far as like varsity basketball, because I'm
Man,
kind of creating content for like varsity basketball right now. But
you need to get a hold of. You need to try to get a hold of some of the guys from the team and just have us all on here at the same time.
that's what I'm talking about. That yeah.
Do you
So
know?
we did something similar to that on the phone, but like I'm gonna do it like I want to do it on here and just have it like organized, like maybe like have like certain subjects as well. But yeah, definitely plan on doing that. I started doing that before, but then you know some people just couldn't make it. But but
When you do it, just hit me up and just give me a heads up of what day.
oh, say less, say less.
Bro, like I said, it's a lot of guys like I said that I haven't talked to in a while. Like they'll say something on Facebook and I'll comment and we'll still keep in touch that way.
Right.
But and I don't know how it came about, but you know, like me and Nate, man, that dude became almost like a brother.
Absolutely.
Because the bond we built over time, man, it was just crazy. The same with me and you. You know,
Right.
I've known Nate since since 2000 and I want to say I've known Nate since 2001, playing against him before I started playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, with the team.
Right.
Told me the first time he seen me playing in 2001, Nate said, just knowing how good you were, I didn't like you. And I remember I was supposed to play against. We were supposed to play against Nate in a game, but I showed up, and the day before at practice, I somehow bumped knees with somebody, and my knee swelled bad. I'm talking about it like just had a big brace on my knee, and I get to the gym with you know the brace on from my hip to my ankle. And Nate walks up, and Nate was like, "Oh, you just scared, huh? That's why you got the brace on your knee." I'm like, "Nah, man, my knee messed up." I told him, I said, "Look, you just don't understand. I was waiting to get to play y'all."
Yeah.
I said, "Bruh, I had this game circled on my calendar because this was, like I said, before I started playing with him. I used to see him in the gym playing, watching him, and this was old school Nate, bruh.
Yeah.
And when I say old school Nate, I'm talking about this is Nate taking off.
Yeah, I was explaining to somebody like how far that dude used to jump, and it didn't make no sense.
Taking off from like 2 feet inside the free throw line, off 2 feet, cocking it back, bruh. And I'll never forget. I hate that they stopped doing it, man. Remember they used to have the newspaper?
Oh yeah.
On Camp Pendleton, they used to have like.
I had some clippings too. Ooh.
Man, yes.
But hold on, Jack, because we got to save some of this for the next time, man, bro. I know it's hard to not talk about it, bro. Believe me. But before we go, though, I want to ask you one question, though. So I'm going to name some people that had a shortened career in the NBA. Mm-hmm. And you got to tell me who would be the top two that would have gave Jordan a run for his money as far as career. All right. You ready? All right. Magic, Len Bias. You know what? Let me not go with Len Bias. He never made it to the NBA. He got drafted, but I don't think he played a single game, right?
No, he never. He died the day he got that draft day, which is I don't understand because he was at the draft.
Yeah.
So how did you get from the draft back to the University of Maryland so fast? It had to be somewhere close, that draft.
Right.
You know.
So we'll go Magic, Neek, Bird, Grant Hill, T-Mac, D-Wade, Kobe, Charles Barkley, or what's that dude's name that was on Portland?
Why?
No, that got injured. Remember he had like some like degenerative knee disease?
You talking about Sam Bowie?
No. He was a newer class.
No. You're talking about Greg Oden.
No. Dude with the waves, the guard.
Oh, Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy.
And
So
see, when you said, here's what's funny, bro. When you said Portland and you kept saying who got injured, think about the history of Portland, bro.
oh my God, they got screwed. Someone made a video on that, bro. Portland got the worst luck.
That's bad luck. Like you were sitting there saying people, and I named off 3 different people.
Yeah.
that's bad luck for a franchise. Okay, all right. Okay. So I'm not gonna put in Magic because Magic had his time before Mike, and then Mike came and took over.
But so, Magic 91.
Magic
when did he get drafted? He got drafted in.
Magic got drafted in
83. No. It was it 79? Was it last year?
No, 79 or 80 because he won the championship in 79 with Michigan State.
That's right.
So
yeah, I think it was 79 because Jordan was 84, right?
Jordan was 80. Yeah, 84.
Yeah. Okay, so
Magic had his time, but then
so he wouldn't have done nothing if he didn't have to leave the league early.
I think he wouldn't. He had already got to his peak. I want to say Magic had reached his peak
at year 12. So at year 12,
Magic
you're saying that
only thing Magic. I don't think Magic could have went any higher. I think he could have stayed there, but I don't think he would have went any higher. Same thing with Bird.
Okay, Bird, so you don't think he would have won a couple more championships or not?
They may have, but Bird was, like I said, he had leveled off. I don't think he would have kept going up.
Okay.
To be a better player than what he was. I think he had reached his ceiling and would have just stayed there. I don't think with Bird and Magic they could have got any better than what they were.
Okay.
So their careers that were cut short because of injury, but it wasn't like their careers took a nosedive. Like they had reached their ceiling, in my opinion.
Right. So, but I'm saying, like, if he would have finished the rest of his career, I mean, obviously, like, he would have had more points, and all that stuff.
That and the other, but I don't think he would have reached Mike's level.
Okay, I got you.
I don't think he would have reached Mike's level. Grant Hill was a second coming.
Grant Hill was something different.
Grant Hill was a second coming because at 6'8", you got to remember when Mike was leaving, there was everybody that came into the league. They were trying to get the tag of the next Jordan.
Facts.
Grant Hill was one, and Grant Hill was about to take that step until that ankle injury.
Right.
You know, so I don't think Grant had reached his peak yet, and
right.
I think stopped him from reaching his peak with Grant. I think he still could have gotten better.
Okay.
Same thing with Tracy McGrady. Now, Tracy McGrady was a dog. Tracy McGrady was a beast. But can you imagine what Tracy could have done? Now, here's something. Can you imagine what Tracy could have done if his back hadn't got hurt? And can you imagine what he would have done if he would have went to college for maybe a year or two and came into the league and started playing right away? Remember, Tracy McGrady came into the league and was sat on the bench for some years.
Right.
So Tracy McGrady, as a youngster, same thing with Kobe. You know, they came into the league both straight out of high school and they weren't getting that playing time.
Right.
Like Kevin Garnett was getting in
Minnesota.
You know what I'm saying? So they had to pay their dues and they had to wait.
Right.
Imagine those guys coming into the NBA ready to play right away. You know, with like a year or two of playing in college, getting into the NBA and starting right away. What they could have accomplished.
See, and not to go on a tangent, but I think that's hit or miss. I think college teaches a lot of bad habits. There's a lot of things in college that, that they don't do in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it matures you a little bit because it gives you it gives your body a chance to fill out to be physically ready.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you look at LeBron came into the league physically ready.
Right.
6'8", 240, coming out of high school, physically ready. He was a man.
Right.
Kevin Garnett he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Even though he was playing, he played great, played good. He still his body had to mature. Like, you remember, KG was frail.
Yeah.
Kobe was frail. T-Mac.
Yep.
You know, another cat that you didn't mention who only had about 2 or 3 good years. Penny Hardaway.
Penny? I knew it. I forgot to put Penny on there.
Another one that you didn't mention that technically only had 3 good years before his career went straight down.
Yeah, I mean?
No. LJ. Grandmama. His first 2 years in Charlotte, Larry Johnson was a monster. Like, at 6'4", I don't care. You can list the guy at 6'7" all you want. He was not 6'7". He was maybe 6'4".
Yeah.
He was built like a Mack truck, could jump out of the gym, and was scared of nobody.
But would he have challenged Jordan's spot, though?
I think as far as popularity.
No, I'm talking like career.
Oh, no. Career-wise.
That's why I picked these names. Like, because all these dudes, realistically, had they not been injured, there was a chance that they could have challenged Jordan's career. To me.
No, you know what? Like I said, with Magic and Bird, they were in the league longer than they were in the league before Mike.
Right.
And Mike got to the point where he had already surpassed them.
Right.
Talent-wise, in my opinion. I still had a chance. Yeah, I do believe. Kobe got there. You know, there was no injury that really set. Kobe had nagging. His main injury was the Achilles.
But hold on, though. Remember, Kobe tore his labrum. He tore his shoulder, his knee.
Kobe played through those injuries.
No, but remember, before the Achilles, he was out for his knee. So he had his knee surgery. Remember, he went to Germany, had his knee surgery.
Kobe played through. The only thing Kobe would not suit up for was that Achilles because he couldn't.
No, he went down holding his. I forgot who he put. Was it the Suns?
Oh, he broke.
He went down holding his knee. He couldn't play no more.
I know.
So it was. I think it was like a.
I remember. I know the broken hand.
Yep. He had his hand, his shoulder. Remember, he tore his shoulder, I think, twice.
Yeah, even with the messed up shoulder, he was still playing.
I don't know, bro. He came out for that. He was out for a while.
He wasn't missing entire seasons.
No, it wasn't an entire season, but I mean, look at Dwight Howard.
And you got to understand, you know, you're playing 82 games. You're gonna miss a game here and there due to injury.
Bro, he missed some months.
Yeah, you might miss some months.
Yeah.
Remember, Mike's out. Mike's out his whole second year almost.
Yeah, because he broke his foot.
He broke his foot.
I think he came back at the end of that year.
Yeah, towards the end. He did. He came back toward the end because he dropped 69 on the Celtics. But
okay, so we still got Neek, D Wade, and Barkley.
You know what? Neek was ahead of Jordan by about a year, I want to say. And everything Neek could do, Mike did a little bit better. I think what really got Neek and Mike, the comparison in the height, was the dunk contest. Because Mike was just that much of a better player than Dominic, in my opinion. Because they played in college, and Mike got the best of him when he was at Georgia. And here's something I didn't know until a couple of years ago.
What's that?
Dominique is actually from right here in North Carolina.
Okay.
Dominique moved to Georgia And this is a funny story. Dominique moved to Georgia in the middle of the night. His family, him and his family moved to Georgia in the middle of the night because he had decided to go to the University of Georgia to play basketball, and him and his family were getting death threats because he decided not to play for one of the ACC schools.
People are so lame.
So they packed up and moved in the middle of the night because he decided to go play for Georgia and not play for North Carolina State, Wake Forest, or Duke. Crazy.
My career.
Crazy, huh?
That's crazy.
That's how big the North Carolina basketball scene was back then. They deemed him a traitor because he didn't want to play for one of the schools here.
People got way too much time on their hands.
But getting back to, I think Neek had their biggest comparison came because of
high flying.
Yeah, that. The same thing with him and Drexler.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what about Barkley or D Wade?
Barkley, no. Barkley,
because Barkley was already past his prime when he got injured. He got injured on the Rockets.
Barkley was past his prime when he got injured, and it was hard. It would have been really hard for Barkley. I'm surprised Barkley was able to do what he did.
That dude had. See, people don't give him credit for having bounce. He was listed as 6'4" and was just vertically raising up and just.
He was listed at 6'8". He was 6'4".
Nah, he was listed at 6'4". Look at it. Look at everywhere.
Hey, that was his height, 6'4". He won't no taller than that.
Yeah.
Able at 6'4" to just vertically go up and dunk on a David Robinson.
Didn't make no sense.
Like grabbing an offensive rebound, giving David Robinson a pump fake, and then just going up and poke and punching in his face. And bruh, I'm 6.
Look how big his legs were.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot, and look how much he weighed.
Yeah.
You know, Barkley sometimes was playing right around 270. Barkley was a big boy.
Yeah.
He was playing at Auburn at over 300 pounds.
Yeah, and it was like all legs.
And here's the thing: it's like you can't really say, okay, like people don't even have Barkley as the best power forward of all time,
right?
Which, in my opinion, he is. To me, he's the second best power forward ever.
Dog, you tripping? Who you?
Timmy D.
Okay, what about KG?
Okay, listen. Hear me out.
All right, you about to say some?
Hear me out. I grew up on Charles Barkley and Karl Malone.
Okay.
Now, there is no denying Tim Duncan at all. Right? As the greatest power forward ever, right?
Okay.
And the reason I put Barkley at number 2 is simply he did it at 6'4".
Okay, but that's not fair though.
He did it. He did what he did as a power forward, basically the size of a guard, of a point guard. But he was doing it as a power forward. That's why I give him that slight edge, because can you imagine what Charles Barkley would have done if he was 6'9"?
See, but we can't give somebody credit for what they could have done. Yeah. And that's all I'm saying. Like compare Karl Malone and compare like Charles Barkley. Now, Karl Malone got an MVP, which we all know Kobe was supposed to get that, but neither here nor there.
I've always taken Charles Barkley over Karl Malone anyway.
How?
I was more of a Barkley fan than a Malone fan.
Okay, so unbiased then. Who had a better career and who was better?
If I had to pick one, if I was picking a 5 and they said, okay, you get Charles Barkley or you get Karl Malone, I'm taking Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Now, if they said you have to pick between Charles Barkley and Kevin Garnett, I'm taking Kevin Garnett. But I still say I like Barkley as my for his size. Now, if we take the size away and we just go skill set, power forward, I go, in my opinion, Tim Duncan, Dirk, KG.
Are we going off a skill set or career highlight, or like total career?
Off career, Tim Duncan, Dirk, KG.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Or you can flip flop KG and Dirk. It's because I don't think Dirk ever won a MVP.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, KG didn't win an MVP, did he?
I think he got defensive though.
I know he got the defensive player of the year. I know he got a defensive player of the year. So,
I mean, either way, that they're great players. If we're coming down to
take nothing from either one of them. I mean, both of them were first ballot Hall of Fame. I mean,
what about D Wade?
I don't think D Wade would have gotten too much better.
Think about his injuries during the Miami run. That dude was injured almost every season.
I am, but I don't think he would have got too much better. I think D Wade was starting to reach his ceiling. I don't think he would have passed Mike. I think the closest that we have ever came to Michael Jordan was Kobe Bryant. And I can also say that I am fortunate enough, blessed enough to have seen Mike play, Kobe play, LeBron play, and then I'm gonna throw in there, fortunate enough to see Kareem play.
Yep.
Because those, and I was too young to remember Wilt.
Right.
I've seen highlights. I've heard stories of when they talk about the GOATs. I'm going to say this. Wilt might have been the greatest athlete ever. Because for one, Wilt was 7'1".
Yeah, didn't he have a 44-inch vertical or something like that?
Wilt might have had a 48-inch vertical.
Because they said Jordan had a 48-inch vertical. I know he did high jump in high school, but
Wilt was an All-American.
Yeah.
Wilt was an All-American in the long jump, the 100 meters. Wilt, and I've heard this story from a couple of different people, that Arnold Schwarzenegger showed Wilt how to bench press.
Oh yeah, no, I heard about that.
And
that dude bench pressed 600 pounds or something.
Arnold said he would never go in the gym with Wilt again because he didn't want Wilt to show him up. And that's Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, "I'm not going into the gym with you."
Bro, imagine being an NBA player benching 600 pounds.
Man, imagine being 50 years old and a team offering you a contract to come play.
Yeah, that'll make
That's
no
how
sense.
Wilt was being offered to come play at 50.
I saw that.
At 50. Now, like he said, what do you think you could give to a team at 50? I could give you 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
I think a 50-year-old Wilt could have gave you 10 rebounds. Easy. He could have gave you 10 rebounds and 3 blocks. Easy.
Yeah.
I think Wilt's biggest problem, and it's not a problem, I'm going to say Wilt suffered from the same thing a lot of people suffer from. Playing down to his competition.
Right.
Wilt could have easily been the most dominant figure ever, but I think it was too easy for him, and he just it didn't excite him. It's like that would be like me playing at my prime playing somebody 12. I'm not gonna go as hard because I know what I can do to you.
Right.
And it's not as much fun. And I think that could have been one of Wilt's downfalls, was he didn't go out every game and say, I'm going to be the most dominant player in the game and do it.
Right.
But I think if he would have had that Kobe switch, because a lot of people ain't got that Kobe and Mike switch.
Right.
If Wilt would have had that Kobe and Mike switch, that once they step on the floor, they turn it on and they don't turn it off until the game is over.
Right.
The man averaged 50 points a game in a
30 rebounds. That was ridiculous.
That switch.
So who are you putting out of all like this list that would be the closest then?
The closest.
If you had to sum it up, the closest.
Kobe.
So he was better than Magic?
Who, Kobe? Magic already said it. Kobe's the greatest Laker of all time.
Well, of course, Shaq just said that at this point, Freak is better than him. I mean, listen, like some of these, this is all a lot of it's PR, and you know it.
I'm okay. Here's my thing right now. This is my thing. This is my take on Giannis. Giannis, take nothing away from him. He's a great athlete. I hope and I pray he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Because if he does not, he is going down that Blake Griffin's road. Because
you can't say that though.
If Giannis were to, let's say Giannis was to get a back injury or a knee injury where he wasn't explosive as he is right now.
Right.
What is he going to do?
I mean, he's still 7 foot.
But his jumper is iffy. He has no post moves. Giannis is dominating people off of, he's a 7-footer who, when you have to try to guard him on the wing, he's quicker than you. Right. And then he gets by you. And when he gets to the rim at 7 foot, if one 7-footer is trying to guard him on the wing and he gets past him, your next line of defense ain't 7 foot to try to stop him. Right. So he's got a mismatch. And that's not his fault, But I'm saying if he were to get an injury would really mess up his entire career. No, absolutely. And we've definitely seen a few other people like that in the past as well. Derrick Rose, because right now Giannis is playing off of what? Athleticism. Right. You can't play off athleticism for your entire career because it goes away as you get older or it goes away from an injury. Derrick Rose, as good as he was, played the game off athleticism. But Derrick Rose also didn't know how to land. That was his biggest thing. I mean, you got to think when you're shorter, you have a harder time coming down. And he didn't practice the landing enough. Athleticism went from Derrick Rose. He was basically an average NBA player, right? He went from the youngest All-Star ever to now being an average player. Yeah, I can give you that. Blake Griffin went from a highlight film ESPN top 10 every night to now coming off the bench for the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. All right. So you're saying you're saying Kobe would be the closest one? Kobe was the next Mike. Okay. Kobe was Mike. Now, and I'm not saying that without injuries that he would make it any further, but I do believe the dude is defense and offense. You guys all know Kobe, so. But let me close this. Hey Jack, let me close this out real quick, and I'll still talk to you afterwards. I'm just gonna end the recording here in a second. Hey, it's 12.
What's that?
I gotta go eat. Like I said, we got to part 2 with this next week.
Oh yeah, hey, we definitely gotta get a part 2 at some time, man. And
because we 3 hours in this right now, and it's crazy.
3 of them things.
3 hours, and I'm for your fans that's out there that's gonna watch this. Me and Chris could do this all day. Like
all day.
See, he's on the West Coast, so it's 9:30 there. So I'm on the East Coast. It is 12:30. I have still not eaten. I got to go to bed because I got to get up at 6 in the morning. I'm an old man. I'm about to work off 5 hours of sleep.
That's that dedication right there.
I get up every morning at 6 o'clock and go to the gym. I'm in the gym every morning at 7. And I got chest tomorrow, so it ain't like I got nothing to eat.
Hey man, like I said, we definitely appreciate it, man. You definitely brought a lot of knowledge, and you brought like a lot of old memories with a lot of these stories, man. And hopefully the people that watch it, because I'm going to share this out with like the basketball team now. A lot of people that actually know you, send it out to some of the other people that may not have been subscribed to the channel.
I appreciate it because, like I said, just talking basketball, talking the military. We didn't even get into the military whole thing of it.
Right.
It's just been talking, me and you, just like we're having a regular conversation. You know, we got into a little bit of my, upbringing and this, that, and the other, but we didn't even really get into my naval career. We just
because it drifted off on basketball.
But when for us,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we did, and that's what we loved. And even though I don't play anymore because it's not the same. Like I said, it's not the same without you guys.
Right.
There's no team, even if I would have tried to play as soon as I retired, there's no team I could have played on that would have gave me the same amount of passion as it would have playing with y'all. And that's
absolutely, man.
No, because like I said, we were brothers. And it wouldn't have been the same. And that might be another one of the reasons why I have not played a game since that last game in 2014.
Jack, we're gonna keep doing. Listen, I believe me, we can do this forever. But let me close this out real quick. But yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping by, and thank you guys. I'm saying, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Share this video out to as many people you know, that whether they know us or not. If you enjoy basketball, if you just enjoy old friends talking, military friends that just talking about old stories, man, help us get this video out to as many views as possible and as many people that can actually enjoy it as possible. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Jose jumping on here and giving us some of his recollection from the past, and taking 3 hours out of your time. What I'm saying? I know it's late as hell over there, man, but it's much appreciated.
We got a part 2 coming because we ain't done.
That's big facts.
All right.
Shit. All right, brother, man.
Take it easy.
Appreciate you.
Yep.